Kamakailan lang ay nabigyan ng pagkakataon ang ilang batang Pinoy football players na makapag-training sa ilalim ng Spanish Football Club na Barcelona FC. Isa ito sa mga proyekto ng Milo na layong mabigyan ng exposure at experience sa mga deserving Pinoy athletes na gustong mag-excel sa kani-kanilang sport. At ngayong gabi, makakasama natin ang Vice President of Nestle Philippines, Mr. Willie De Ocampo, Milo Sports Marketing Executive na si Mr. Robbie De Vera, at syempre, ang mga batang football players na sina Zoe Plaza, Lawrence Tortona, Boris Uy, Marcos Arias, Kevin Hadap at si Nathan De Ocampo to talk about their once-in-a-lifetime experience. Guys, welcome to The Score. You are looking very nice in your Milo jackets.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right, Sir Willie, Sir Robbie, thank you so much for coming here. And I'm very surprised and very happy for these kids dahil nabigyan nga sila ng pagkakataon, once-in-a-lifetime experience to train with one of the most popular football clubs in the entire world, FC Barcelona. At nagulat po ako na meron palang partnership ang Milo with Barca. So how did this come about, sir?
Well, for FC Barcelona and Milo, it's a 5-year collaboration. And actually, kami sa Milo, we're always espousing to get your child into sports. And, you know, Milo has many programs for sports, the National Milo Marathon, the Summer Sports Clinic, and we've added this FC Barcelona to our roster kasi naniniwala kami na sports is a great teacher of life's values. And the collaboration of FC Barcelona is actually based on these common values that we have. And, you know, with this program, we aim to inspire kids with world-class coaching and teaching facilities with the partnership.
And I'm very interested to find out how you got these kids. What went through with the selection process? So, Sir Robbie, I want to ask you about that. How did you guys choose these lucky kids to be a part of your exclusive program to go all the way there and train with FC Barcelona?
So we launched the partnership locally in the Philippines with a program entitled Milo Road to Barcelona. So what we did was we took some coaches from FCB-Escola from Spain. They came over to the Philippines and they actually gave a 2-day camp to these football players. Now, apart from that, these kids were actually nominated by their respective football coaches on the values that both Milo and FCB espouse. So, part of the consideration process in selecting these kids are skill, of course, which is the baseline because they're all football players, and the values that they espouse outside of the sport. So, after a very careful deliberation of all of the athletes with the cooperation of the Philippine Football Federation, we arrived at the 9 players that we see here today. So some of the players who are not here are actually from Cebu. So we have Ethan Rojas and Joe Garces who are not here with us today. So these kids, what they did was we took them to Spain to undergo training at FCB Escola in La Masia in Spain.
Wow.
So that's the actual training ground of the first team of FC Barcelona. So apart from that, they also got to see the museum of FCB as well as the different landmarks in and around Barcelona City.
Wow, that sounds so exciting. Naiinggit ako sa inyo because I can't imagine what you guys had to go through, what you guys experienced when you were there. So, I'm going to ask you, and I hope you guys can tell me in the best way possible about your experience. So, I'm going to ask Kevin. Hey, Kevin. Tell me about your most memorable experience when you were there in Spain. Can you share with us? How was it?
Ang experience ko po sa Spain ay nanood po kami sa Barcelona game ni Messi.
Sino ba yung inaabangan mo? Si Messi ba talaga ang paborito mong player sa buong mundo?
Apo.
Wala bang Team Ronaldo dito? Meron. Oh. Okay, how about Lawrence and Nathan? Siyempre, binanggit ni Kevin dito si Messi. What about you guys? When you found out that you were gonna go there to Spain, sino mga players ang gusto nyong makita, makausap, or to be in the same stadium with?
For me, Messi or Suarez.
Suarez, okay. Why Suarez?
Because sometimes in my team I play striker.
So you like him because you play sort of the same way.
Yeah.
You mold your game after Suarez.
once in a while.
Well, that's a good model to mold your game after. What about you, Lawrence? Sino ba yung gusto mong sino ba yung iniidolo mo sa FC Barcelona?
I actually wanted to see how Iniesta and Messi play because he's like a midfield maestro and I'm also a midfielder, so I can gain a lot of tips from him. And also Messi because with his height and like shortcomings, he's still determined to be one of the best players who ever played the sport.
So right now at this point, because I know Ronaldo said recently that right now, overall, he's the best. What do you think about that statement of Ronaldo, or are you solid team Messi?
I like Messi better because he's like more humble or something. Like he still like remembers where he came from, and he doesn't always like make yabang. He still like maintains a good personality, and he's also a good family man.
Okay, and I like that you mentioned he never forgets where he came from. So I want to ask how some of you guys started. I want to ask Zoe. Zoe, how did you start playing football?
I started by watching football accidentally. And I changed the channel when I was around 5. And then I liked the sport, so I asked my parents to buy me football stuff. And then I started.
How old are you now?
10.
So 5 years old, so you've been playing the sport for 5 years.
Yes.
So wow, that's amazing. So in your 5th year of playing football, you got to play with FC Barcelona. How do you feel about that?
I feel very happy and lucky because it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Indeed. And I want to ask Boris. Boris, ano naman yung pinaka-memorable? Ano yung moment na hindi mo makakalimutan being there in Spain and experiencing being with some of the greatest players in the world?
The experience that I liked the most was the training.
It's not working.
It's working.
Was the training with Eric Abidal because we
Okay.
got to learn tips from him, and of course he played in the first team.
You know what, Sir Willie, Sir Robbie, I'm very impressed with the kids because they're very confident. They can really express themselves. They have their own stories. But I'm sure now that other kids who also play football, nakita nila yung experience that these guys were able to experience with Milo. What's next? What are the other programs pa that Milo has in store for the kids?
Sabi namin, this is not a 1 year, a one-off. So there's going to be 4 more years of this. So every year we're going to choose deserving kids age 7 to 12 to be able to bring them there. Kasi gusto namin, beyond these kids, our aim is to really inspire kids to take sports, and hopefully this kind of program will get them inspired to get into sports talaga.
So we believe that these kids will be ambassadors of hope for the other kids around them. So not just for football, but primarily for any other sport. So we believe that sports teaches life values, and you can see it in these kids. And we hope that when they come back to the playing field, they can encourage other kids to get into sports and equally learn other life values that can make them successful adults later on in life.
Yeah, that's right, sir. It's not just going there and relishing in the experience, but you also come home with new learning. So, Marcus, I want to ask you, ano ba ang natutunan mo with your experience there with FC Barcelona?
Ang natutunan ko po sa Barcelona ay new skills and the right attitude.
Kung meron kang mga kaibigan na mahilig din sa football at tinanong ka, anong advice ang pwede mong maibigay sa akin because you have had that once-in-a-lifetime experience over there in Spain, ano yung mai-share mo sa kanya?
Pag gusto niyo makapunta rin sa Spain, wag lang kayong titigil mag-train ng football.
Ayan, so Marcos, that's very good advice. And guys, congratulations once again. And I'm very happy to have you tonight on The Score. Sir Robbie, Sir Willie, maraming salamat. And
Thank you.
We're looking forward to the upcoming projects of Milo with regards to sports also.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Sa aming pagbabalik, San Antonio Spurs superstar Kawhi Leonard may itinatago palang skills sa martial arts. Don't go anywhere, magbabalik pa ang The Score.
Hi guys, keep watching The Score for the latest sports updates, and don't forget to subscribe to the ABS-CBN Sports in Action YouTube channel.